What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Chris back again with another video for you guys today. In this video I want to discuss icon SBCs. If you guys looked at the comment section yesterday, I did mention I was going to talk about icon SBCs, but I just rambled a lot in the video yesterday and it turned out to be a 22-minute video. So, you know, I couldn't just upload that and get the icon part in as well, because the icon discussion was going to take up a good amount of the video and I totally forgot to or not totally forgot to, but I definitely didn't mention the icon SBCs. We're gonna talk about the impact that they could have on the market, and this might be new to some of you guys that are, you know, watching this video about icon SBCs. Obviously, you guys know we did have icon SBCs back in FIFA 18 and FIFA 19, with the introduction of, you know, icons going onto both consoles, right? Because 17 didn't have icons, 18, 19 did. So, icon SBCs was a good way to regulate the high rated fodder market. It was a good way to kind of regulate icon prices as well. How would it work this year? We're kind of going to get into that, and we're going to get into some other things around the market right now, just kind of talking about what's going on this Sunday morning. Obviously, Weekend League sell-off is supposed to be happening today, but you guys might have to get in on some cards, because I think a lot of people are waiting until today to buy cards, so we're going to talk about that a little bit as well. If you guys do enjoy this type of content, make sure you guys do drop a like and subscribe if you're new around here as well. So the first thing I'm going to go show you guys is the FUTWatch tweet. Now, FUTWatch tweeted this yesterday at 5:44 on the Friday. It says, it looks like some SBCs are going to require Team of the Week, Team of the Week moments, or Team of the Seasons. Now, this is just, in my opinion, a weird code to get added at a weird time. You know what I mean? Then we kind of had some other leakers on Twitter, Dennis, Fudonk, those kind of guys that do know things that go around in behind EA Sports. They were talking about the potential of icon SBCs. Now, in my opinion, I don't know how they could really do that with the state of the market that it is in, but I would not be surprised if they did decide to do it. Think about this, and this is why it's going to be a huge discussion. Think about what they've done every single year to get you hyped up for next year's game, right? They always do something in terms of content, in terms of just a feel-good mentality going into the next cycle, and then obviously everything goes to shit when that happens, right, into the next cycle. FIFA 17, we really had Team of the Season, and I don't know if we had upgrades, but we did have a few things in that summer that was pretty good. Obviously, FIFA 17 as a whole was a good game. FIFA 18 comes around, the game dies by December. Then it comes to Team of the Season, and they bring out the upgrade packs, the double guarantee packs, which that was on the Sunday and the Tuesday for each top league. That was really good for that promo. And then we had footies, and obviously the addition of Festival of Football and just the amount of upgrades and stuff we would do because of that. And it was just a feel-good mentality around the game going into FIFA 19. Obviously, when the beta comes out in FIFA 19, the gameplay gets worse. The content got better last year, and then we go on to Team of the Season and Footies had a really good feel-good mentality as well, where, you know, the SBCs were properly priced, they did well with the objectives for the most part, so they just do things every single year to kind of get you guys sucked in and get excited for the next cycle of FIFA. So I wouldn't be surprised if after all year people are clamoring for icon SBCs, they go out and they decide to drop them. Now, there's another dilemma that they have as well, and I'm going to kind of compare a few cards from this year to last year, and one of them is just, it's a major problem, and that's 96R9. 96R9 right now on the market is 10.1 million coins. Now, if we go take a look at Ronaldo last year, and I'm going to show you guys right now his card from last year, the price at this point last year. Let me just go and show you. Remember how they said that they thought the icon swaps was going to make icons a little bit more attainable? Well, that kind of the opposite really happened. Yes, they probably were going to be more attainable for the smaller tier icons, and we're talking about the Cannavaros and the Lothar Matthäus cards and the Garinchas and those kind of cards, but we're talking about the top end. We're talking 4 mil plus icons, and if you look at the graph right now, we are April 17th right now, or May 17th, sorry. He was 4.189 million on the Friday, May 17th last year. Now, May 17th this year, and the guy is over 10 million coins. That's just one example I can show you. Another one is Prime Hullet. if we look at not the 94 but the 93 as well, is about 10 point, or he's about 6.7, I believe. Yeah, 6.7. If we look at generations, 93 Hullet last year, I don't believe was this much. On May 17th, yeah, May 17th last year, prime Hullet was 3.36. So you're literally seeing two top tier icons pretty much halved in price from last year to this year. And the reason for that is because on this famous date last year, not on this specific date, but around this time last year, we had the introduction of the top tier icon SBCs. So I don't know when the date actually was of it, but icon SBCs allows us to regulate this market, right? Because these cards are pretty much unattainable for the average user. And, you know, I think Ronaldo's SBC last year came out to be about 5 million coins. Hullet came out to be about 3.5 million or around there. I was able to complete both. I got a Sabio as well, which is another top tier icon. If we look at a Sabio's prime this year, not the moments. We're not even concerned with moments. We really just want to talk about the prime cards. He's about 6.1 million when he was last year, definitely not 6 million. And then we look at Cruyff as well. That's another top tier icon. His moments is chilling around 9.8, and his prime I think is around 5.5 to 5.6. Yeah, 5.5 million. So you're seeing like, and look at the amount of pages, by the way, that we're having on each icon. That's a big thing as well. We're barely seeing any kind of cards, like multiple pages of these cards. That's a big problem. So, you know, icon SBCs are a way for EA to almost facilitate the icon market and kind of run and just like make the prices drop a little bit because they're just not attainable for people right now. So that's one concern that they have to address. The second concern they have to address is apparently people are selling accounts with top tier icons on it and they're not actually getting the account. They're actually getting scammed. So say for example, 97 R9 obviously is extinct, right? But what if you wanted to get the regular R9? You want to get the 96 card. And someone says, okay, I'll give you an account that has 96 R9 if you pay me, let's just say $800, right? Something like that. Because if you look at, if you sell 10 million coins, that's probably rough around, you know, $600, $700, $800 probably worth of coins at least. If they're charging like pretty much 50 plus for a mil. So you're looking at least $400, $500 minimum just for this card. And people will pay that, and so they've been getting gypped out and scammed by the people, and EA know that they don't have enough of these cards onto the market to really kind of like control the market, because like they could easily, if they wanted to, like put more pack weight for these cards, but they're not going to do it. If you look at, you know, for a Cruyff, for example, right, and then we go take a look at like a Vieira. Now a Vieira is much different. He's much cheaper than a Cruyff. But at least Vieira has supply. Vieira's at 2.3 million right now. You know, Cruyff has no supply. Ronaldo has almost no supply. You know, Hullet barely has any supply. I want to see the supply on this card. He's got 4 on the market. Just 1 got put up like 25 seconds ago. So you're just seeing like there's none on the market here. And that has to do with EA having no pack, you know, just not increasing the pack weight on these cards. And also because of icon SBCs to kind of drop these cards. Now, what will happen if icon SBCs do come out? And this, guys, honestly, this could be any SBC, but I just know there's a lot of chatter on Twitter that is talking about, you know, the potential of icon SBCs and kind of backroom channeling that, you know, EA behind the scenes is kind of like, they know how disappointing the community is in not having icon SBCs. So maybe they decide to, you know, maybe throw them in late game. They want people to stay with the game. Obviously, COVID-19, people are going to stay, you know, inside a lot. So, but to potentially keep them from not going to other games for the summer, maybe they decide to keep them for icon SBCs to grind the game a little bit further going into FIFA 21. So, you know, obviously this could be any other SBC, but, you know, there's a lot of chatter about icons and stuff like that. So, I just want to talk about, like, what would the impact be if we did get icon SBCs? Well, any potential icon SBC, the price of the card would drop dramatically, because the second, and as long as you make it cheaper than the actual price on the market and give packs back and stuff like that, you are going to make people go and do that instead of holding them. Remember, there could be a lot of people that have these cards in their club, but they're so scared to sell them because there's just so few on the market and they don't know at any point if a card goes up 1 million coins, because, you know, they just don't know if it's going to be, you rare for a certain hour or something like that, they're casual players, right? They don't know when a card's going to go up or when a card's going to go down. This Dina right here is 4.2 million, but if someone sells at 4.2, maybe one other hour he go to 5. And that's why I don't think a lot of people want to sell their primes, because of how rare they actually are on the market. So I would expect a lot of the icons to just drop in general. Now I gotta talk about requirements. How would they do that? And that is why I kind of opened it up a little bit in this video, talking about how would they really go about requiring cards to make these icons actually expensive. Because you're not just going to give away a Hullet for 2 million coins. That would completely destroy the game. The market would get absolutely halved in price. People would sell anything they had to go and get a 93 Hullet. So what would happen? They got to do something like a base icon upgrade. Now we have a middle icon, but the middle icon costs, probably upwards of 400k to do. And it really isn't worth it. But if you made the, middle icons or the base icons, if you did what they did last year and they decided to throw them in as requirements for SBCs to get 100k packs back, then that could be something they do. But they would have to re-release this. It's got 19 days left, and whatever is supposed to be coming out this week is supposed to come out this week, actually, from what I'm hearing. So we don't really know what's going on, but if they do bring out like icon requirements, then they're gonna have to bring out a base icon upgrade. And I know what you guys are thinking in the comments. You're thinking, wait a second, they specifically told us they're not going to require icons for any SBCs this year, and that is true. But this is EA we're talking about. This is the same EA that said that prime cards are the best version of each card. Then they brought out prime moments. So anything that this company says, you really just gotta take just take it with a grain of salt. You can't really trust them at all. So don't really trust them here. I could see why this would make sense from their standpoint to get hype going into the next game. They do this every single year. They always hype up between April and July. They want you to get hyped up for the next volume of FIFA, thinking that, okay, things are going to turn around, we're going to have some good content this year. Icon SBC should have never been taken out of the game. I wish that if I went back talking to certain people that work at EA Sports, I wish I went and told them to keep the Icon SBCs. I really should never have told them. I'll get back to you on it, because I just really think that, this year, especially with the fodder market, it's just been lacking because of the Icon SBCs. There's no way to regulate that market. And there was some good coins to be made off of that market too. Whenever they would drop, they would always rebound because there was always Icon SBCs keeping them afloat. How would they go and require if they didn't put icons? It would be about 10 to 15, 88 different squads or 87s. It would be massive requirements. And for me, I know a lot of people do have red team scenes they might not use and stuff like that. But SBC fodder would honestly go through the roof. And I don't know, with the way that their game is structured this year, why they would do that. Because they have gone about this thing all year where they want you guys to lose coins on investments. So this Thiago Silva right now is actually at a decent price for what he usually goes for. He's 22.7k. And, if you could snipe him at 21, that's a pretty good price for him. This guy would go to over 30k. 100%, and maybe even upwards of 35 to 40 if an icon SBC did come out for one of the top tier icons. Same thing with 88, same thing with 89, same things with 90s. Now, with the amount of people that are probably going to be in demand to do that SBC, that would cost, that would get a lot of demand on the market and not as much supply either. So it would be interesting to see how they would facilitate bringing out icon SBCs. It's a good discussion to have. Because, obviously this is something that they're capable of doing. I never trust EA for 1 second with what they're doing. I always think there's something behind the scenes that they're not telling us, or, whatever, right? I just don't trust them. You're never supposed to trust EA Sports. So that's kind of like the icon discussion. The market would drop a significant amount, I think, because a lot of people would sell things off to go and do icons. Even though icons are a little old, I still think that a lot of demand is in those cards. As you can tell in the market, they're just not supplied at all, because I think a lot of people have those icons in their club and they don't want to sell. So, rounding out this video, because it's going to be it's mostly going to be an icon topic video, I want to talk to you guys about the Team of the Season Bundesliga. Now, some cards are starting to really rise from what it had looked like. So this card didn't rise, obviously, but the 88 card is about 115, 120. So he's actually stayed the same, but other cards, if you look, Yeah, he was just 129. He's all of a sudden 115. So let me actually go and check on the market if he's at that price, because I might buy one just for an overnight. I do expect these sort of cards, these Bundesliga specials, to keep rising into Thursday. And the reason why is because I believe that, wow, he actually is 118. Yo, he's 111. Whoa, 110. Okay, hold on a second here. I expect these cards to keep rising as people know that they're going to go up in price. So actually, you know what I'm going to do? I saw a 110 earlier. I'm going to take that. And I'm just going to see what happens with this, because he just was 130 like a few hours ago. This could just be a fluctuation. All day yesterday, he was at least 120, 130. And you know what? I'm gonna do ballsy flips. And not a ballsy flip, but I'm going to actually go and buy the 111 as well, because I think that this card should rebound. I don't know why it's actually down at 130. What I was saying though is I think these cards are going to continue to rise into Thursday, because I know a lot of people that know now that these cards obviously keep rising because their other cards are just too expensive. So for me, I think you guys want to buy these cards sooner rather than later. Obviously, you guys can wait if you wanted to on Monday or the Tuesday just to see if you know, if something comes out, like for example Icon SBCs. If that did come out, you might see the market drop off a good amount where you can actually get in on some cards. That's a risk that you guys want to look at, if you guys want to take that risk and stuff like that to buy earlier or not. I'm looking at the supply here on this card. There's actually only 4 players between 110 and 127, so that was actually an easy buy. Like same thing with like Jadon Sancho's card, like his road to the final. His 88 card, I believe, is up more as well. Where is he? He's 137. Yeah, he's up even more. So you see this on the Friday. Wednesday, he's 88. He goes all the way to 103 on the Friday, and then goes all the way upwards of 130 by the Saturday. So you see people are buying into these cards. I would assume that these cards are going to keep rising. Now, if you see some crazy-ass rise, and I'm talking like this guy goes to 185, Werner goes to 160, I might tell you guys to take the coins in that before Thursday, because that could be something that's just overinvested in. And I really mean that. I think some of these cards could be overinvested in to the point where you're gonna have to sell beforehand because it just looks overinvested in. Now, when it comes to rares, I believe rares are the same price. Now, Squad Battle Awards tonight is gonna be a good opportunity, in my opinion, just to see like where are these cards gonna go. Actually, this Arnold card's already up at 1,900 coins. So if this guy goes to upwards of 2K, I'm really going to tell you guys, just take the coins before the SBC. If you are taking the coins before, if you're doing this for the coins, not for to actually like rinse and repeat the SBC. If you guys are doing this because you want to make coins on it, I might take the coins if they're over 2,000 coins before the SBC comes out. So take a look at that, in my opinion. Other than that, I think you should still see cards that are out of packs just keep rising. Like, for example, Upamecano is a card that is out of packs right now, and he's up. Like, what is he right now? He's about 2,000 coins. That should keep rising. I don't think there's going to be a lot of overinvestment in that. If you see him at 2.5 to 3, I might take the coins on that as well. This video is mostly going to be icons, so I just want to discuss a little bit about the Bundesliga team of the season market. Expect the team of the seasons to keep dropping in price. Oh, and one last thing as well. I did call in my video last night that if Alfonso Davies' team of the season card did not get updated price range, you were going to see this card absolutely tank. And what you're seeing right now is the after effects of people just like not being patient. They knew that they had a certain amount of time with their investment that they wanted to get out. EA, I just had a feeling after the first 12 hours that if they didn't update that price range beforehand, they weren't anticipating him to be over 550, and that's why I had a feeling that this card was going to drop in price. So if you guys listened yesterday and you guys sold, you know, if you saw that the price range wasn't getting updated and you sold, GG's for that, because you kind of saved yourself a big loss. So I hope you guys did enjoy this little video today. I'm going to make another one tomorrow speaking more about the Bundesliga market. So drop a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.